What is going on, everybody? It's Jonathan, and we are back with the Culture Clash. Now, these past 4 weeks, yeah, 4 weeks, um, I started going down what you would say this, um, how do I say it? Economic. Let's go with that. Economic systems. That's the word. Economic system. So the first system we talked about socialism. We talked about communism. We talked about Marxism. Now, we are going to talk about capitalism and why I personally think why capitalism is the best economic system we have ever created. To this point, we have created up to this point in human history. Now, I'm not going to say that we might not create something later on that could be better, but you understand. Capitalism is the best one that we have created ever, and why it has helped many more people out of poverty ooh, than anything else. Ooh. But yeah, I'm Jonathan, obviously, as you know. We're going to one of the. Actually, would it be one of the first? Well, yeah, I would say he's one of the firstest ones. hmm Yeah. Anywho, this next hour, we will be going through all of that, going through capitalism, going through everything that we have, and we'll be discussing it and everything like that. But let's go ahead and get into this. Yeah, let's get into it. Welcome to the Culture Clash. So, hope you guys like the new intro. I am getting things done. Okay. Anyway, this isn't blind ideology. This is evidence-based reality. We will explore what capitalism actually is, how it changed, the miracles it has delivered, the criticism it faces, and why, even with its flaws, it remains the greatest engine of human flourishing we have. No sugarcoating, no sugarcoating, no slogans. Just a thorough walk through history, data, real world examples, and the nuances that matter. Because in the culture clash, truth matters more than vibes. And trust me, it 100% does. Because y'all on TikTok and everything like that, y'all just be going crazy. Okay, especially the past 3 videos. The comment section has been wild, especially TikTok. So I am prepared for something great. Something. I'm prepared for something. I'll just say that. Now let's first define our terms clearly, because the word capitalism gets twisted in debates. At its core, capitalism is an economic system rooted in private property rights, voluntary exchange, and the profit motive. Individuals and businesses own the means of production, not the government, the land, the factories, ideas, and they compete in open markets to offer goods and services that people actually want. They control what the scarce resources that we get have. Pretty simple. I don't know why so many people don't think about it sometimes. Now, prices emerge from supply and demand, not from central planners. Entrepreneurs risk capital, workers sell their labor freely, and consumers vote every day with their wallets. This isn't greed. This isn't greed is good in a vacuum. It's aligned with human nature. We respond to incentives. We innovate when we can keep the rewards. We trade because mutual benefit beats corrosion. Contrast that with the pre capitalist systems, feudalism, mercantilism, or command economies, socialism, communism, Marxism, where rulers or bureaucrats decided who got what. Before capitalism took root in Europe around the 16th to the 18th centuries, most people lived in grinding substance. Global trade was limited, innovation was pure, and life expectancy hovered around 30 to 40 years in many places. The Industrial Revolution in Britain marked the turning point. Factories, steam power, and market competition exploded productivity. Adam Smith's invisible hand in The Wealth of Nations, 1776, captured it. Self interest, guided by competition and rule of law, produces societal good. It spread across the West, then the world. And, like I said before, it is the best economic system the human race has ever come up with. This. You could deny yourself all you want. That's the truth of it. Self-interest, guided by competition and rule of law, produces societal good. Now, by the 19th century, capitalism wasn't perfect. It's not, okay? Child labor and harsh conditions existed, but it was already lifting living standards faster than anything before. The alternative, serfdom, famines, and stasis. History shows capitalism didn't create poverty. It inherited it and began dismantling it. I will tell you, you could look through history all you want. You could try to blur the lines. Capitalism is the one that has brought about results that no other economic system or any other system has brought about. The results are crazy. The data that critics often ignore or downplay. Since the 20th century, capitalism's global spread, especially through market reforms, has delivered the greatest poverty reduction in human history. According to the World Bank's figures, extreme poverty, living on less than about $2.15 a day in today's terms. Yeah, in today's terms, you can't live like that. 100%. I'm going to tell you that right now. Cannot. Sorry. That fell roughly 38% of the world's population in 1990 to around 8.5% by 2024. That's over 1 billion people lifted out of destitution in just 3 decades. 3 decades. Billions more gained access to electricity, clean water, education, and medicine. Tell me something. Tell me something that did better. Please tell me something that did better. That's right. You can't, because there isn't. Nothing else comes close to capitalism. Now, a lot of people will try to tell you, yeah, well, in feudalist however place, there was open markets and all that, but it wasn't capitalism. You can't ever be capitalism. Anywho, look at the mechanisms. Globalization, trade liberalization, and property rights unleashed entrepreneurship. China's post-1978 reforms, moving toward market incentives while keeping political control, pulled hundreds of millions out of poverty. Now, in today's, the CCP, they've gone back to being communist. I'm just going to let you right now. They've gone back to being complete communist. Nothing about that. Or, yeah, there's really no changing about that. Ooh, India's 1991 liberalization did the same. South Korea went from war-torn ruin to a high-tech powerhouse. They got Kia, Hyundai, Samsung. There's some more. There's another big one. I'm forgetting right now. I can't. It's not coming to me. But that was all in just one generation, under market-oriented policies. Compare that to North Korea. We all know what North Korea is about, bro. Complete dictatorship, communism, socialism, whatever you want to call it. North Korea is screwed. Or look at Venezuela. Well, now obviously we took Maduro out, so their economy will be much better. Promise you that. I promise you their economy will be a whole lot better. The best it's ever been. But look at those countries, North Korea or Venezuela. That was been under heavy state control. Famine versus abundance. What do you want? Me? I'm choosing abundance. Why? Because I don't want to starve. Economic freedom indices like the Heritage Foundations consistently show a tight correlation. Countries with stronger property rights, freer trade, and less regulation have higher GDP per capita, longer life expectancies, and better health outcomes. I mean, it's kind of, the word was in my head and now I forgot it. But yeah, you guys probably know what I mean. Capitalism doesn't just create wealth for few, it expands the pie so the average person gets a much bigger slice. Even in today's economy, okay? Look, you could go out, be an entrepreneur, start a business, do what you got to do to build up that business, and guess what? Who's going to stop you? Really, the only one that's stopping you is you. Little motivation. The only person that can stop you is you. So, what I would tell all you guys, pray on it, pray to God, ask him, hey, is this what I need to do? Or do you want me to be a salaryman? Up to you. But if you want to start that business, start the business. What are you going to lose? Do what I did. The Culture Clash Under the Price podcast, the Boy Basic Gaming channel, all of them are under our business. Price Media Group LLC. I started it with a 9 to 5 with what is it called? With my wages being garnished. I still went out, started this business. Doesn't matter what happens. Go out and do it. What's the big deal? Just do the thing. So honestly, it wasn't even that much. If we're being honest, getting the LLC started less than $125. If you cannot come up with a way to make $125 in today's gig economy, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. It's so easy to do it. If you have a job, okay, save up the money. Easy. I mean, I'm not going to go whole into finances or anything, but look at your finances. Look at your bank statements. What can you do? If you want to get started in business, search it up. What, you think I was a genius and was able to figure everything out on my own? No. I use AI. I asked a lot of questions about it. But go out there, do what you do, you know. Do what you like to do. Anywho, real wages have risen dramatically over centuries, right? In the US and West, the standard of living or the median worker today dwarfs that of kings 200 years ago. I mean, think about it. Back in those days, you could be a king, lavish, but you did not have running water. Yeah, no running water. What else you didn't have? Hot water. Imagine that, hot water. A comfortable bed like we have now. How about all this entertainment that we have? I have my phone. I have 1, 2, 3 monitors, a laptop, a PS5, Nintendo Switch. Like, the amount of stuff that we have now cannot be compared to what they could have had 200 years ago or more. Indoor plumbing, smartphones. Oh, antibiotics. The type of medicine we have now, because we're in the capitalism system, the capitalist system. Our health, even our healthcare is skyrocketed much higher than what it was beforehand. And don't forget about this: global travel. What would have taken you months, and I mean months at a time, and sometimes you're screwed. Sometimes you might just die on the journey. Right now, we could go on a plane within a day. We could go to the other side of the planet. Well, might take a few days, but it's nothing like what had happened beforehand. Yeah, this isn't theory. It's measurable progress. Something that I'm going to take a stab at the left. Yeah, they don't understand it. Hassan Piker, man, that guy's a complete moron. Okay, he's stupid. He's a moron. That's all I'm gonna say. If he wants to, yeah. Anywho, if he wants to talk about it, okay, we'll talk about it. I will prove to him that he is wrong, although it's kind of already shown. Beyond poverty numbers, capitalism's superpower is innovation. The relentless drive to solve problems because profit rewards solutions. Think about it. In a market system, if you invent something better, cheaper, or more useful, people will buy it. Competition forces constant improvement. Man, I have a great product. It's doing well. Somebody else comes out with another product. Same thing, but they made the process cheaper, so now they could sell it at a much cheaper price. Guess what? Other people are going to go over there. Well, if I don't want to be bought out, I got to get my product and make it even better. Do the process even cheaper, or increase the quality of the process. The product, I mean. Plain and simple. The smartphone in your pocket? A capitalist triumph. Apple, Samsung, Google. Private firms racing to outdo each other, integrating chips from Tehran, software from California, minerals from Africa, all coordinated through voluntary global supply chains. No central committee could have planned that. None. That is why communism, socialism, Marxism does not work and will never work. Never. Medicines offer another angle. Capitalism funded R&D gave us vaccines for COVID in under a year, although they were really a scam. Huge scam. Life expectancy globally has doubled since 1900s, largely thanks to market-driven pharma, sanitation, tech, and agricultural revolutions like the Green Revolution, which fed billions. Think about it. How do you expect improvement if there is no incentive to improve? Like I've said before, communism, socialism, Marxism. How do you expect for somebody to work for so long, to go hard in their work, and to see somebody who maybe didn't go as hard as they did, didn't do as much as they did, didn't produce as much as they did, but still get the same results you did? The outcome was the same. But why? You put in more effort. You put in more work. But you both get the same outcome. See, now from that point, now your motivation to improve declines. Now you're like, well, if it's gonna be the same in either way, why do as much as I do? You know? But here comes capitalism. You put in the work. You grind. You grind it out. You do what you need to do, and eventually, now you have multiple homes across across America, lake house, rental properties. You have so many cars. Your wife doesn't have to. Well, if you're a guy, your wife doesn't have to go to work. Your kids gets the best education. That's another part of it, education. But yeah, think about it. You put in the work, you put in the effort, you go hard, you work hard, and then bam, you have the incentive to accomplish everything that you want to accomplish. Everything. But everything else, there's no incentive to improve, no incentive to get better. So why even bother? Now, everyday examples abound. Amazon delivers goods faster and cheaper than ever. Ride-sharing apps like Uber, Lyft, and any other things turned idle cars into income sources for millions. And you could do that right now. Streaming services democratize entertainment beyond what state broadcasters ever imagined. Now, we could talk about the state of entertainment now, which is why I only watch anime. Stuff the slot that's produced out in Hollywood. Yeah, I don't watch. I don't care to watch it either. Even small innovations compound. The profit motive encourages creative destruction. Old ways die so better ones thrive. I like that. Buggy whips gave way to cars, landlines to mobiles. The dynamism creates jobs into new sectors while raising living standards. Critics call it disruptive, but stagnation is worse. And what's worse than stagnation is being even worse. Declining, or stagnation is better than declining, but eventually stagnation leads to the decline. Think about it. Let me know down in the comments what you think about that. I think it's true. Anywho, pre-capitalist societies changed slowly. People died young for preventable causes. Capitalism aligns incentives so inventors, investors, and workers all benefit when value is created. It's not zero sum. It's positive sum. Of course, no honest defense ignores the criticisms, and there are plenty in the culture clash. Let's tackle them head on with nuance because capitalism isn't flawless. It's the best imperfect system that we have. And I will tell you, nothing man made will ever be perfect. Ever. People tell you that, it's a lie. But let's get into it. First, inequality. Yes, capitalism produces winners and losers. Billionaires exist alongside billionaires because markets reward scaling value to millions. But focus on absolutes, not just ratios. Global inequality has actually declined as developing nations catch up via markets. The real story is absolute gains. The poor today live better than the middle class of yesterday. Within nations, inequality can rise, but mobility matters more. Studies show most people move from income quintiles over lifetimes through education, work, and risk taking. Cronyism, when corporations lobby for bailouts or barriers, distorts this. But that's pure capitalism. It's corruption of it. But that's not pure capitalism. Whoops, my bad. Y'all gonna clip that. Anywho, that is not pure capitalism. It's just corruption of it. True markets punish inefficiency. Second, exploitation and work conditions. The labor theory of value claims profit comes from underpaying workers, but value is subjective, determined by what consumers pay, not just hours worked. Workers freely choose jobs. Competition for labor rises wages. Historical horrors like the 19th century factories improved because markets and rising wealth demanded better standards. Today, sweatshops in developing nations are often stepping stones. Alternatives like substance farming are worse. Unions and regulations can help, but overreach kills jobs. See minimum wage debates where automation or offshoring follows. Now, minimum wage. There should not be a federal increase on minimum wage. It honestly should stay at the state level. Yeah, minimum wage should stay at the state level. There should be no federal income minimum wage rise. If you do that, you're going to be putting small businesses out of order. Very much so, unfortunately. Now, third, environmental damage and instability. Capitalism can pollute if externalities aren't priced in. Classic market failure. But wealthier capitalist societies clean up faster. Environmental coolness curve. Rich countries have cleaner air and water than poor ones. I mean, here in the US, we got some nice, you can say nice clean air, or yeah, air. Could be, I guess it could be debated. I don't know. I don't know much about air, but water cannot. We have some nice clean water here, at least compared to India, where they have rivers where people pee and poop and wash, drink out of, all in that same river. Yeah, and you want to say that we don't have clean air or water, or at least water? I don't know. I don't know. Innovation brings renewables, EVs, and efficiency gains, driven by profits, not mandates alone. Booms or bust happened. Yes, we all know. Like I said before, this isn't perfect, but it's the best imperfect system that we have created as the human race. Okay? As the Homo sapien species. Need some water. Creative destruction at work. Yes. But they're milder than chronic shortages and famines of planned economics. In 2008, crisis stemmed from government distortions like easy money and housing subsidies, not pure markets. Fourth, commodification and culture. Some say capitalism turns everything into products, eroding community. Fair point on nuance. Consumerism can distract from deeper meaning, but it also funds arts, philanthropy, and leisure time for family and faith. Pre-capitalist life. Pre-capitalist life left little room for culture beyond survival. The profit motive built the hospitals, universities, and charities that enrich societies. Compared to alternatives, Soviet Union's Mao's China, Cuba, central planning caused millions of deaths, millions from famine and repression. Socialism's equality often meant shared poverty. Venezuela's oil wealth squandered under state control versus Norway's market stewardship. History's lesson: when you abolish private property and markets, you get authoritarianism and stagnation. Capitalism's critics rarely acknowledge that no large-scale alternative has matched its results. So where do we go from here? Capitalism faces real threats: rising cronyism, regulatory capture, debate-fueled distortions, and cultural attacks that romanticize collectivism. The solution isn't to abandon it, but to purify it. stronger rule of law, reduced barriers to entry, ending corporate welfare. Please end corporate welfare. Yeah. I could go on a whole rant about that, but anyway. And fostering genuine competition. Tech and AI are accelerating its next phase, promising abundance if markets stay free. We will see about that one. We'll see about that one. Challenges like AI displacement or climate adaptation will be solved faster through entrepreneurial ingenuity than top-down control. 100%. That I agree with. Now, globally, more nations are embracing free markets, and those calling out for communism, socialism, Marxism, whatever you want to call it. Those calling out for non-capitalist economic systems need to face a rude awakening. You guys are not winning. You guys will not win. So good luck. All I can say to you guys. Think India's continued reform or Africa's emerging entrepreneurs. They will lift the next billion. Now, it still has to be shown, but it will happen if they continue with free markets. Now, India, they got a lot of work. Well, really, both India and Africa, they got a lot of work. But India definitely has a lot. Oof. The culture clash demands we defend capitalism not as perfect, but as the system that best respects individual dignity, rewards virtue, hard work, innovation, prudence, and delivers results. And results that we like. Now, in closing, capitalism isn't just economics. It's a cultural force for human agency. It clashes with envy, central planning, and victimhood narratives because it proves ordinary people can rise through voluntary cooperation. The data, the history, the lived experience all back it up. More freedom, more progress, more hope. That's basically it right there. Please tell me any other system that could beat capitalism. And if you say communism, if you say socialism, if you say Marxism, you are stupid. Okay? Yes, I know. The Price Podcast, we're here giving you it's supposed to be very biblical. It's supposed to be very nice to these people. Yeah, shut up. Just shut up, okay? I care more about the truth rather than your feelings. So if you want to come at me, come at me. I mean, I'm right here. Follow me on X at Jonathon Pryce 1. If you, I'll let you guys figure out how to spell it. Follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Rumble, the Price Podcast. Also follow me on Twitch. If you can see it, go to thepricemedia.com. There, you'll be able to find everything that we can talk about. The streaming schedules. This week's stream schedule has been kind of messed up. You'll be able to find out more about the Price Media Group LLC company, media company I started in March of 2026, just in case, you guys are watching this later on. But yes, you'll be able to find all of our information on there. Updated channels or updated episodes every single week, every Wednesday at 5 a.m. The Culture Clash, this strive stream, streams every Thursday at 7 p.m. We also have Chaos this week. Normally Saturdays at 2 p.m. That it will be tomorrow, Friday at 7 p.m. I'm going to be a bit busy this Saturday. So yeah. Also follow Boy Basic YouTube channel. And on Rumble and Twitch. But all links will be provided on the website. All my sources for this live stream will be in the description. So go ahead, check them out. Reference me, fact check me. I don't care. Okay? Look, what we need to do is get closer to the truth. It's as simple as that. And I mean objective truth. Not whatever you think is true. No, the objective truth, which for me is rooted in God. Yes, I am a Christian. I am a follower of Christ. I have accepted Jesus as my Lord and Savior. He is the truth, the way, and the life. But yeah. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive on the Culture Clash. I will see you guys again next week at 7 p.m. If this resonated with you, share this episode with everybody that you know. Discuss it with those people. Talk about it. Join the Discord. Link will be in my description on the pricemedia.com. Ask me your questions. If you guys have any prayer requests, go ahead and submit them on pricemedia.com. And next time, join the live. I'll be doing a lot more on the Discord. I'm still figuring stuff out, but there'll be a lot more added onto the Discord. But all updates will be on pricemedia.com. So go ahead and check that out. Capitalism works when we Capitalism works when we understand and defend it, not attack it. But until next time, keep questioning the narratives, Hassan Piker, and keep seeking the truth, God. This is Jonathon Pryce signing off from the Pryce Podcast under the Pryce Media Group LLC. Stay free, stay curious, stay humble, and keep seeking the kingdom first. God bless. I'll see you guys at the next one. Peace.